Back in 2012, Nikita Beer, a nerdy kid from California, poured his blood, sweat, and tears into building a social media app he eventually named TBH. By 2017, TBH enjoyed 5 million users and was steadily growing. Nikita happily sold his company to Facebook for $100 million, hoping that Zuckerberg and company would catapult his prize creation to the stratosphere. Little did he know that instead, he had signed a deal with a lizard-like devil who actually was planning to crush the app as part of his strategy to suffocate any up-and-coming competition. Nikita had to stay with his newly formed enemy for an additional 3 years as part of Facebook's new product division. While confined to enemy trenches, Nikita gathered invaluable ammunition about Meta's standards of operating procedures. Nikita finally left Facebook in November of 2021 to commence his calculated plan. Armed by the substantial amount of acquired knowledge and by his relentless motivation, Nikita diligently worked alongside Isaiah Turner and Dave Swartz to resurrect a version of his previously crushed TBH app. He applied his first lesson early on and self-funded this new venture and thus avoided getting tangled with any external investors. Gas, a TBH app on steroids, was launched on a limited 4 states in the USA on August 2022. The app perfectly leverages basic psychological principles and has created an addicting and ego-boosting social environment that is captivating high schoolers at unprecedented levels. In just 4 months, it has been constantly in the top 10 most downloaded apps of the App Store in the United States, despite being available only in less than a dozen states. Numbers like these probably have Zuck and company a little sour, especially given their current turmoils. In this video, we will elucidate why Gas's truly unique, genius, and simple business model combined with the app's target audience jointly create a social network like no other before. After just 4 months and a limited launch in only a few states in the US, the app has accumulated 5.12 million downloads, and high schoolers have answered a total of 1 billion polls to date. The app is based on yearbook-style superlative polls. Users can create a poll from pre-selected set of always positive superlatives, and users linked to that particular high school can anonymously answer it. Users that are selected the most on these polls receive Flames, a time-sensitive notification that invites the user to log into the app and find out the compliment that he or she was voted most in. Even though the app itself is free and voting is anonymous by default, users can pay and acquire God Mode, which gives them a lot of additional perks. For $7 a week, or basically $365 a year, God Mode can unlock several perks, such as unlimited hints, 2 bonus reveals, double coins, crush alerts, and anonymous mode. Nikita's simple yet brilliant business model is single-handedly responsible for the app's success. One might question how we are able to share such valuable insider data from a new and completely privately owned startup. Well, this is thanks to the fact that the CEO of this company uses his public Twitter account as his personal diary. So many thanks for this. In case other startup founders are currently watching, please tag us on Twitter so we can follow you guys and learn a lot about your company as well. Nikita's unique business model can be divided into 3 key points. Number 1, low fixed cost. With a lean workforce comprised of only 4 employees, i.e. a CEO, 2 engineers, and 1 community manager, Gas's parent company, Find Your Crush LLC, has a very low monthly fixed cost. These low costs grant them the ability to reach profitability a lot sooner than the traditional social media platform. Key point number 2. Gas has a genius engagement strategy based on principles of human psychology. Nikita and team have weaponized standard psychological techniques and created an experience that entices the user to constantly use the app. The app sends time-sensitive notifications that leverage the basic human psychology desire of not missing out and being part of a group. One can start to grasp the genius behind this business model when you see that Nikita and team have paired these psychological strategies with the app's young high school age target audience. A high school student is by definition usually a FOMO-fueled individual who craves social interaction and acceptance. By creating a positive-only and fast-paced social experience, users are hooked into constantly participating on the app, which therefore encourages additional high schoolers to join. Lastly, Gas includes a unique monetization strategy that does not depend on ad revenue. By capitalizing on these FOMO-fueled behaviors, Gas can earn quick and scalable money without having to depend on the typical revenue from advertising partners. Typical social media apps depend highly on ad revenue streams. For example, Snap Inc. Snapchat's parent company claims 99% of its revenue in 2021 came from their ad partners only. This pathological dependency on ads has significantly affected their monetization efforts after Apple's change in privacy settings. Snap's latest annual letter to shareholders even mentions, ongoing changes to privacy laws and mobile operating systems have made it more difficult for us to measure the effectiveness of advertisement on our services, and alternative methods will take time to develop and become more widely adopted by advertisers, and may not be as effective as prior methods. In honest English terms, this actually can be translated to, oh crap, our cash cow is drying up, given that it's slowly starving to death as a result of Apple's new privacy settings. We need to pivot as fast as possible in order to survive, and actually might not have a decent chance to do so anyways. This typical business plan, combined with the obsessive goal to grow at any cost necessary, regardless of financial stability, partly explains why most social media apps usually lose money for a significant period of time in their journeys towards reaching profitability. Gas, on the other hand, has been growing organically without having to depend on advertisement revenue. The app leverages knowledge and capitalizes on its users' curiosity by locking certain features, such as knowing the identity of your potential crush behind a paid wall. On October 23, 2022, the app reached $1 million in sales. After less than 1 month, Gas reached $3 million in accumulated sales on November 10, 2022. Regardless of the app's future, and if it can manage to successfully continue to captivate the attention of not only high schoolers, but possibly attract other audiences, the app has already made history. Their different business model and strategy serves as hard evidence that the markets have changed, and thus, social media apps need to adapt their typical business plan if they want to survive in this new and exciting era.